Good morning on a Monday. Man, I'm actually oddly, and I say this because most people would not be excited about something like this, but I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. First, though, this is a complete eyesore. Just that single one hanging there was kind of ugly. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Good morning. It is Monday. It is 10 o'clock on the dot right now on this 5th day of May. And we're live streaming here inside Results 1. Like I said, I'm really excited about today. Now, most people just talking about random traffic stuff would not be excited, but there's been a project. It's not complete by no means. Hear me out. By no means are we even close to finishing this project, but I am currently on the border of Osceola County and Polk County, I-4 and the Champions Gate area. And for years, this place has been an absolute disaster, or as I like to call, a true soup sandwich. I'm telling you, property value, I believe, is cheap down here because it's just miserable to live and to commute. For those of you that do live down here, good for you guys. Hey, the houses are beautiful. The neighborhoods are great. It is a beautiful community to get to. But everything is an hour away. Everything. Probably your local grocery store. But, so FDOT, obviously we've put the express lane through the metro area in downtown Orlando and beyond, right? And now we're starting to see other projects pop up for the I-4 Ultimate and beyond portion, right? So Champions Gate, I talk about every single day, and I was really hoping that this would be a priority project when they announced the express lanes that are going to come through this area. What they did is I believe they expedited the traffic relief lanes, the congestion relief lanes, and they added one single lane in both directions of the roadway. And I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago they announced it. 2 weeks ago. And within 2 weeks, I have seen a relief on the map. So if you join us at any given time between 5 and 8 a.m. for News 6 mornings, you'll hear me gripe about Champions Gate. Routine traffic, Champions Gate, I-4 eastbound, up, someone's looking at a crash. We got it westbound. You hear me say it. I haven't said it for 2 weeks. Mind you, I've been on vacation, but for the past week, I've seen 0 eastbound delays. Is that the reason? Is the extra lane the reason for that relief? I don't know. So that's what we're doing today, guys. We're going to check this out live today out here in Results 1. I want to see what exactly happened. What relieved some of the traffic out here. Coming out here this morning, I'm telling you, there was 0 eastbound issue. None. Zip. Nada. Now, I'm not going to say that's the same for Champions Gate because it is 10 o'clock in the morning. A lot of us are getting ready to hit the road, so that's what we're going to get ready to do. We're going to pull out here at Champions Gate Boulevard, make a left, and come to a stop because traffic is backed up here in our lane. I'm not going to even go out to the intersection because there's no reason to. So guess what? Light's going to change and we're going to sit here because I'm not going to be the clowns in the middle of the intersection. So while we're here, those 2 vehicles right there impeding the roadway, violation of traffic control device, impeding the flow of traffic. One of the 3 would fit, moving violation. You should not complete your travels unless you should not attempt your travel unless you can complete it. Hence why we stayed right here and did the right thing. So if you're joining us this morning, we're in Champions Gate, Osceola County, and they have opened up new congestion relief lanes on I-4, both east and westbound. Why is this a big deal? Because I talk about Champions Gate every single day. When I was a road trooper, you visited this area at least once a shift if you were assigned to Osceola County as a trooper. Very busy area. The traffic is an absolute nightmare. But since they've opened these up, I'm telling you, I have seen a relief within this portion, and we're going to go drive it right now. And that's the game plan. So the game plan is to go drive this. And I'm surprised by it. I'm excited about it. I do think once the express lanes go through, this will help. But why is this a big deal? This area is booming. Morning anchor Justin Warmoth, he has covered the growth of Osceola County, the boom that we have been seeing when it comes to the residential growth. Plus, this is a huge commuter area. You got to think Metro Tampa, Metro Orlando. This is the way that drivers get to and from. And I was talking with Kath Lee, our webmaster, who's behind the controls right now back at News 6. I don't go to certain areas because I don't want to deal with the traffic out here. And think of the economic help, the economic growth that it could do if Orlando wanted to visit Tampa more and vice versa. But I do believe a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to go deal with that because of the absolute mess. Good job there, clown. Almost ran the red light on me. So we use the term clown here at News 6 whenever I need to express my frustrations without violating any type of News 6 policy or getting in trouble with streaming laws. So I use the term clown. Clown defines someone who has chosen, because it's not an accident, you chose not to follow basic traffic laws. So instead of me losing my absolute mind live here on News 6, we use the term clown. I love it, don't you guys? And then, of course, we got the little clown counter there. Love it. Thank you, Kath Lee. All right, so we're stuck in some traffic at the moment, but what I want to show you is the new congestion relief lane that's been opened up on I-4 eastbound. So we're going to head east originally here and through Champions Gate and show you that new edition of the travel lane. So I've got something special for you guys that I'm going to show you because I have added a camera to show you that lane. I love this stuff because, listen guys, I didn't grow up to do this. You guys found me and made me do it. So that's why we're out here. But check this camera out. Look at this. Oh, that's going to be our congestion relief camera hanging out on the side there. So we're going to hop on I-4 here. Still an active construction zone on Champions Gate. So what does that mean? Hands-free, right? We're not touching everything. Everything in this vehicle is mounted, and everything, all my controls are right here, all right? So we're going to hop on to I-4 from Champions Gate Boulevard, and we are going to travel eastbound this morning. And our goal is to show you that new open congestion relief. Now, as we get on I-4 here, normally during this hour, this is bumper to bumper, guys. This would be red on our link system, traffic maps, if we were to show you live on broadcast. And right now, we are smooth sailing. We have, let's count how many full lanes we have. We've got, that right one's gonna merge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes now out here. We're gonna go all the way over, and this is your new congestion relief lane, the one that you're looking at on camera right now. You can obviously see it is newly paved. It has been an addition, and then in the center portion out there is where the new express lanes are going to continue to where they currently get off out at Kirkman. But you can see 0 delays out here this morning at what time? 10:09 in the morning on a Monday. Pretty awesome to see this. Even our front cam showing no one's hitting the brakes. Everyone's flowing pretty nice with no major issues. I don't know about you guys, but to me that's a pretty big deal. This would probably at this hour, even in the morning, shave 10 minutes off someone's commute. Probably prevent a crash here and there, at least in my opinion. And I'm the one that used to respond to the crashes out here. So this is what we're going to do. I want to show you the westbound portion, of course, because I just showed you the east. and show you how that has also relieved a lot of the congestion. However, that doesn't mean all congestion is relieved. We're coming up on a slowdown here. We're not sure what's causing this just yet. Let's check it out. So we're going to come up here on the 417 Celebration World Drive portion. Speed limit drops here to 65 miles an hour. It is still an active construction zone. But just because this is bad does not mean the other project and the relief lane has failed. This is just more arteries that lead into this portion of roadway. What do I mean by that? 429 dumps into here, 417 dumps into here, World Drive dumps into here. So you're getting all that initial traffic and then the relief traffic from World Drive catching up, really. So until everything else has been really finished, you're going to have some pockets. But I'd rather have fewer pockets than a whole slowdown, right? At least in my opinion. Traffic moving real nice out here. You got to remember too, what are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of different license plates. So we have people that are driving, tourists that have driven their cars from out of state in, plus a lot of the rental cars, right? So we're going to get over because I want to turn around. We're going to turn around off of World Drive and get spun around here. If one of the drivers let me in, we're going to look for a spot. I found a spot. The spot is right here. We can keep going. What am I doing? See, I just made a mistake that I preach a lot. So I was trying to get in there. There was a space, but instead of waiting, I could have just kept going because it was a double lane exit at eastbound 62. So, look at that. I gotta learn too every now and then, guys. Alright, so we're gonna get turned around. It's gonna be close to impossible to do that on World Drive. So we're gonna exit here to Celebration real quick. And then just get turned around, easy. If there is a place I love in Osceola residentially, I love Celebration. I grew up in Osceola, guys, and I'm telling you, Celebration was the place. I don't know how great it is now. I come out here every now and then, but it's just, what do they call those communities that everything is right there? There was a study done during the big boom after COVID. We were talking about it for quite some time. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe you know, but little hubs and stuff where everything's within a couple of miles of each other. You don't need to go. That's really what Celebration is. Publix, it has two of them. High schools, elementary, middle schools, shopping, recreation. It's got it, all of it. If you're joining us this morning, it is a beautiful Monday. It is about 10:13 in the morning, and we're out here in the Champions Gate area, or at least we were. We're about to head back that way, looking at the new lanes that they have opened up. And I get so excited when I see you guys truly get a relief from something that I have witnessed and complained for years. And I'm telling you, we just experienced the eastbound lane. It's amazing how you add a lane suddenly and you can relieve thousands of drivers suddenly. I'm telling you, I truly think we shaved off about 10 minutes of people's commute out here. And if you know somebody who lives out here, have them send me a message on how this has affected their morning commute, because I'd love to give kudos to where kudos are due, and I believe FDOT really pulled this one off pretty quickly. All right, so we're gonna head. Wow, there, buddy. Good turning signal in your Corolla. Not clown worthy, but enough for me to talk some smack. All right, so we're gonna go I-4 west from World Drive north. Come on, there we go. And that guy's just gonna keep on going. Okay, clown number 2, creating his own travel lanes. There you go, bozo. Okay. All right, we're gonna make sure we look left here. I mean, look right. If we look left, it's not gonna work out for us. We're gonna look right. Nobody's coming. We're gonna cross on over, and we can merge on in. So merging, you guys are hearing my engine, and some troll is going to be like, oh, Steve's speeding. No, I'm catching up to the speed limit so that I can merge in properly. There's no reason to be doing 15 miles an hour and merge into a 45, 50 zone. Right? Right. Okay, here we go. We are westbound, about to go westbound. Whoa, that's scary right there. Hello, how are you, sir? We're going to politely merge in with a turning signal here because he'd win that one. Or, yeah, for sure. All right. So we're out here looking at the Champions Gate relief lanes. And if you know me, if you know News 6, we take traffic both fun and seriously. And heck, they hired me. So I want to show you what has happened. Normally during this hour, this area would be an absolute soup sandwich. But what you're looking at right now is an addition to travel lanes. And you might be going, well, you got 4 lanes, Steve. Exactly. We now have 4 travel lanes out here. That, what you're looking at, is a new addition. They extended into the median and added a 4th through travel lane. To some folks that don't travel out here, you might be thinking, wow, that's really not that big of a deal. But it is. We're traveling westbound, approaching 429 on I-4. And even with the westbound addition, we're seeing a relief in traffic, both down on the ground and from the dash level. Look at this, guys. Traffic is moving pretty good. We're doing 65 miles an hour in a posted 65 zone in the number 2 travel lane. And it has happened. We have finally seen some traffic relief out here. Am I shocked? I'm completely shocked because I have avoided traveling out here for years. I won't go to Tampa for anything. If anything, I'm going to leave at 1 o'clock in the morning the day before in order to get out here and to travel through. Simply because I hate sitting through here. There's a crash a day. If you think about that, statistically, there is an average of a crash a day out here, I-4 in the Champions Gate area in Osceola County. And a lot of that is contributed to the traffic congestion. I'm not saying you can blame traffic congestion. I'm simply saying it contributes to it. Why? Because drivers aren't paying attention. They're bumper to bumper. Suddenly traffic stops. It then goes. Then it stops. It hasn't happened once since we've been out here. Great job, FDOT. Super excited. The only thing to come now is maybe an extra lane and some express lanes. And that is going to add so much relief. Now, obviously, we still need that relief east of here towards 535, Central Florida Parkway, 528, and who else knows where. But for now, what we covered today, I give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up. Thank you for joining me on a Monday. Glad we got to talk about some stuff. But keep in mind, just because we have a new addition of a travel lane out here does not mean it's not an active construction zone. This will be an active place for a long time. There's still a lot of things that need to be done out here. Still a lot of flashing lights and still a lot of men and women working. So please make sure you're paying attention. Drive safe on this Monday. Have a blessed day. I'll see you guys in the morning.